Oh, Shalom. Call hello, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honors to apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and the brother of Mount, in the B-More camp, in the DMV camp, if you want to say that. But, all praises. Call hello, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honors to apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to you brothers out there pushing the work in sincerity and truth. I had a few things planned, but one of the things that I was, I was walking the dog and reading, and I was like, you know what, we're just going to read some Baruch. Just give me a second. I'm not sure where I started off at, but I was like, it tied in. The chapters tie in together because they're just letters. And give me 1 second. Because basically, Baruch was just going into how, hey, we're just mess ups. We don't listen to the Lord, and time and time shows you that when you don't listen, man, the Lord is going to reward you for what you didn't sow. And what we sow is disobedience. Just total being rebellious to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's laws and statutes and commandments. I'm going to just start at 12. This is Baruch 1 verse 12. The Lord will give us strength and lighten our eyes, and he shall live under the shadow of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and under the shadows of Belshazzar, his son. And we shall serve them many days and find favor in their sight. Pray for us also unto the Lord our power. For we have sinned against him. Here it goes. I should have started at 13. For we have sinned against the Lord our power, and unto this day the fury of the Lord and his wrath is not turned from us. And when I read that, I think about Isaiah 9, the 9th chapter, that talks about the Lord's fury is not turned back, but yet his hand is still stretched out. Let me just see if I could the Spirit has me open up right to it. Because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that hand that's stretched out so we could receive salvation. Here we go. This is Isaiah 9 verse 12. The Assyrians before and the Philistines behind, they shall devour Israel with open mouth. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. For my people turn not unto him that smiteth them, neither do they seek the Lord of hosts. Therefore the Lord will cut off from Israel head and tail, branches and rush in one day. The ancient and honorable, he is the head, and the prophets that teach lies, he is the tail. Okay, so it lets you know that the ancient and honorable is the head, and the prophets are the tail, and he's going to cut them off. For the leaders of this people cause them to err. Yep, it also tells you that in Deuteronomy 14 and 2. So, Slaki, not Deuteronomy, Jeremiah. I think I'm mixing it up. Yeah, Jeremiah 14 and 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. That. First off, let's get into the gates. The gates are talking about the heads. Then you also got the tails, which the prophets. These guys, these leaders are leading the people to error. Going back to Isaiah, right? And that word dark or black is the word, and the Hebrew word is quadar, which means dark skin. So it's not just straight up black like my garment is black. All right. So jumping back. Oh man, it's like I dropped that. Verse 16, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed, right? If the blind leads the blind, they both shall fall into the ditch. Therefore the Lord shall have no joy in their young men, neither shall have mercy on their fatherless and widows. For every one is an hypocrite and an evildoer, and every mouth speaketh falsely. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. And that was the point. His hand is still stretched out, even though we're going off doing certain wicked things. His hand is still stretched out. There's still room for salvation. Um, right, verse 14. And ye shall read this book which we have sent unto you to make confession in the house of the Lord upon the feasts and solemn days. And ye shall say to the Lord our power, beholdeth righteousness, but unto us the confusion of faces. Talking about our, who we are, right? As it is come to pass this day unto them of Judah, Judah, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and to the kings, and to the princes, and to our priests, and to our prophets, and to our fathers. For we have sinned before the Lord, and disobeyed him, and have not hearkened unto the voice of the Lord our power, to walk in the commandments that he gave us openly. Since the day that the Lord brought our forefathers out of the land of Egypt into this present day, we have been disobedient unto the Lord our power, and we have been negligent in not hearing his voice. Therefore the evil cleaved unto us, and the curses which the Lord appointed by Moses his servant at the time that he brought our fathers out of the land of Egypt, to give us a land that floweth with milk and honey, right? That even to prosper, like as it is to see this day. Nevertheless, we have not hearkened unto the voice of the Lord our power, according unto all his words and the prophets whom he sent unto us, right? So I got two precepts, Amos 3 and 7. This is Amos 3 verse 7. Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he will reveal his secrets unto his servants the prophets. So there you go, man. It's good. You have to listen to the prophets. Jeremiah 3 and 15. Okay, I know that one. Okay. To give pastors according to his heart. This is Jeremiah 3 verse 15. And I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. Right? John 3 and 35. This is John 3 verse 35. The Father loveth the Son, and have given all things into his hand. Well, that was just wrapping it up. But yeah, man, he's gonna send you. Oh, cause Yahweh Shai was the prophet, and he basically gave Yahweh Shai a great portion of a lot of things, man. Knowledge. Basically, he didn't. The scriptures talk about how Yahweh Shai, who people call Jesus Christ in this world today, that he didn't make himself equal with God, but he was like a God, But going back, this is Baruch 1 verse 22. But every man followed his imagination of his own wicked heart, to serve strange gods, and to do evil in the sight of the Lord our power. Right? The scriptures talk about the heart is desperately wicked. Who can know it? Right? Because you're gonna just keep following your thoughts. But that's not the case, man. The whole case is to what? To follow the law, statutes, commandments, to look through these glasses, right? To filter your life through the words of the Heavenly Father and His Son. This is I'm gonna keep going. Actually, I'm gonna stop probably around. We'll see whatever the Spirit stops me. This is Baruch 2 verse 1. Therefore the Lord have made good his word, which he pronounced against us and against our judges that judged Israel, and against our kings, and against our princes, and against the men of Israel of Judah, to bring upon us great plagues, such as never happened under the whole heaven, as it came to pass in Jerusalem according to the things that were written in the law of Moses. Right? Yeah, because it's getting ready to go into it, because it says, I'm reading again, verse 2, to bring upon us great plagues, such as never happened under the whole heaven. Under the whole heaven, man. It never happened. Right? So, but now, it's getting ready to happen. These upcoming calamities, letting the pestilence is coming, famine. People can't eat. We always talk about these things. When it happens, we're going to know. We're not going to be in a state of shock to as much as these people, that a man should eat, verse 3, out of the second chapter of Baruch, that a man should eat the flesh of his own son and the flesh of his own daughter. Moreover, he hath delivered them to be in subjection to all the kingdoms and that are round about us, to be as a reproach and desolation among all the people around about, where the Lord have scattered them. Right. So in that, you have that today. We have the Koreans, Chinese, the Japanese, the Kushites. They own a lot of these stores, these gas stations, these convenience stores. Hey, and these people, they have it, they got it, and they're around about us, and they look down upon us, man. They look at us like a reproach, like they got certain words about us. You got Esau around us. All these heathen nations. Hey, yeah, you got Elon. Elon got stores. How come you don't have Jake's out here having a bunch of soul food chain restaurants? How come you don't have that? They probably have that down south in Atlanta and things of that nature, but you don't have that through the north. You don't have trying to think of Pollo Loco. Pollo Loco is like a real large Hispanic food restaurant. But yet that's probably, I'm just thinking about it, that's probably ran by Goots or something like that too, because what they like to do is have like a bunch of Hispanic stuff on the outside, like LA Market for one. LA Market is ran by, it's an international marketplace, but a lot of Hispanics go there, but it's ran by Koreans. Koreans own that chain, Verse 5. Thus we were cast down and not exalted, because we have sinned against the Lord our power, and have not been obedient unto his voice. To the Lord our power appeareth righteousness, but to us and to our fathers open shame, as appeareth this day. And that's what we have. We have open shame, man. We got a bunch of our young so-called Native Americans. Because I was thinking about Judites. You got these young niggas out there getting shot down. That's an open shame, man. Because our nation is not wise enough to teach our children obedience, manners, how to conduct themselves. I'm gonna read it again. 2 verse 6. To the Lord our power appeareth righteousness, but unto us and our fathers open shame, as appeareth this day. Right, man. We got that open shame, man. We got the nigga woman out here, just all the time. You see her fighting for no reason. There is a reason, but the reason is not heavy enough for you, to where you need to physically assault somebody. And now you got people trying to press charges on you. You could get a rap sheet, or not a rap sheet, but you'll get something put on there. And most of the times, people that do that in that type of sense, like when they see someone fighting over chicken nuggets at McDonald's because they ran out, they have a rap sheet. It's the charges that they have. They put it on the list, and they got that. That's what they call a rap sheet, right? Verse 7. For all these plagues are come upon us, which the Lord have pronounced against us. Yet have we not prayed before the Lord, that we might turn every one from the imagination of his own wicked heart. Yeah, man, that's why the hand of the Lord is still stretched out. There's room for mercy, man. But hey, if you don't want to hearken, let me get that. 2 Chronicles. Give me 1 second. Yeah, man. If you don't want to seek the Lord, man, the Lord's going to destroy you. He has no problem doing it, because he's a man. He's a man of war, 15, 13. Second Chronicles 15 and 13, that whosoever would not seek the Lord, power of Israel, should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. So if you don't want to seek the Lord, man, the Lord is going to put you to death, man. And the Lord ain't playing. Let me get another precept. So I like this one. Deuteronomy 28, 63. And it shall come to pass that as the Lord rejoice over you to do you good and to multiply you, so the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught, and ye shall be plucked from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. Hey, so the Lord, hey, he wants to do you good, man. He wants to, he likes to see things grow, wants to see things flourish, endure, That's a part of his glory. That's a part of his power. Yet have we not prayed before the Lord that we might turn every one from the imagination of their wicked heart. Therefore the Lord watched over us for evil, and the Lord hath brought it upon us. For the Lord is righteous in all his works which he hath commanded us. Yet we have not hearkened unto his voice to walk in the commandments of the Lord, that he might set before us. And now, O Lord, power of Israel, that has brought thy people out of the land of Egypt with a mighty hand and a high arm, with signs and wonders, and with great power, and has gotten thyself a name as appeareth this day. Right? So, hey, a lot of people didn't know Yahweh. They didn't know that name. But yet, after that, the land of Egypt was desolate and all met and jacked up. They knew that name. He have gotten himself a name. And right now, people don't know that name. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. They don't know that name. But you have a lot of people just walking around there aimlessly, just going about doing silly things, man. And Esau is just forwarding the silliness, putting that stuff out there. And these people they love it so, man. But yet they're gonna have to suffer for what they've done, because they didn't want to be wise. They see, hey, there's plenty of signs. The Lord gives you signs. He puts you on hold. It's a signs. Hey, Jake is spiritual. For the most part. Yeah, it's true. Cause hey, right here, Romans. Give me 1 second. I think it's either right here. I think it's 2 and 14. So let me see. Yeah, this is Romans 2 verse 14. For we know the Gentiles which have not the law do by nature the things contained in the law. These my bad. Having nothing, not the law. Let me read it again. For when the Gentiles which have not the law do by nature the things contained in the law, these having not the law are a law unto themselves, like not having sex with another man's wife, eating pork, things of that nature. Jake is spiritual. The law is spiritual. And Jake has those spiritual, because they're the Israelites, man. We're the Lord's chosen people. So of course you could have a wicked nigga that's spiritual. Let thy wrath turn from us, for we, verse 13. Did I finish? No, I ain't read 12. O Lord, our power, we have sinned, we have done ungodly, we have dealt unrighteously in all thy ordinances. Let thy wrath turn from us, for we are but a few left among the heathen, where thou hast scattered us. Hear our prayers O Lord, in our petition, and deliver us from thy own sake, and give us favor in the sight of them which have led us away, that all the earth may know that thou art the Lord, thy power, because Israel, his prosperity, is called by thy name. O Lord, look down from the holy house and consider us. Bow down thy ear, O Lord, to hear us. Open thy eyes and behold, for the dead that are in the graves, whose souls are taken from their bodies, will give unto the Lord neither praise nor righteousness. Right? Because dead men can't can't basically uplift the Lord. I mean, not praise the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You can't do the work of the Lord. Once you're dead, you're dead. I'm trying to think where that scripture's out, but Lord's will, I'll put it in the post-production, not post-production, but in the comment section below. Verse 18, but the souls that are greatly vexed, which goeth, stopping the feeble, and the eyes that faileth in the hungry souls, will give thee praise and righteousness, O Lord. Therefore we do not make our humble supplication before thee, O Lord, our power. Let me read that again. Therefore we do not make our humble supplication before thee, O Lord, our power, for the righteousness of our father and of our kings. For thou hast sent out thy wrath and indignation upon us, as thou hast spoken by the servant the prophet, saying, Thus saith the Lord, bow down your shoulder to serve the king of Babylon. So shall ye remain in the land that I give unto your fathers. But if ye will not hear the voice of the Lord to serve the king of Babylon, I will cause to cease out of the city of Judah and from without Jerusalem the voice of mirth and the voice of joy and the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, and the whole land shall be desolate of inhabitants. But we would not hearken unto thy voice to serve the king of Babylon. Therefore hast thou made good the words that thou spokest by the servant the prophets, namely the bones of our kings and the bones of our fathers should be taken out of their place. Because Esau wants to dig up those remains and put it in museums to make money off of it. I'm gonna just try to finish it off real fast. And lo, they are cast out to the heat of the day, and to the forest of the highest, and they died a great misery by famine, by sword, and by pestilence, which is coming to America, come soon. And the house which is called by thy name hast thou laid waste, as it is to be seen this day. For the wickedness of the house of Israel and the house of Judah, O Lord, our power, hast thou dealt with us after all thy goodness, and according to all that great mercy of thine, as thou speakest by the servant Moses in the day when thou didst command him to write thy law before the children of Israel, saying, If ye will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into small number among the nations, where I will scatter them. Right? And that's a curse, man. You don't want your women, you don't want your sons to be going off into other nations and dealing with those people, man. It's a shame. Verse 30, for I know that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivity they shall remember themselves. Right, man. And that's what's going on today. You got a bunch of Israelites remembering, like, hey, yo, we are the Israelites. We are the chosen people, man. You see LeBron James, you see Oprah Winfrey, not Oprah Winfrey, but all these entertainers. Hey, Jake is the best, man. The boxers, come on, man. The track runners. Verse 30, verse 31, and shalt know that I am the Lord their power, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and to return from their stiff neck and from the wicked deeds, for they shall remember the ways of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord, and I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords over it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people. And I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them. You know, so call hello Yahweh Shemi Awashai, double honors to apostles and elders. You know, I hope I've sparked you, or you was edified to do a video, or to just be, to be brought back into remembrance, you know. Call hello Yahweh Shemi Awashai, double honors to apostles and elders, a great millstone. Shalom to you brothers, the Akwath that may be out there listening. Shalom, the brother Amath.